Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I wanted to touch on the Scottie Scheffler, whatever the hell his name is, the golfer, then the situation that just happened in Louisville at Valhalla. This is going to be a little snippet because I'm going to do a much longer video on racism, why racism isn't going anywhere, why racism is seemingly getting bigger and bigger, racism, hatred, bigotry. And I'm going to do a much longer video on this in the coming days that I'll be posting all of it on the YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, because racism, hatred, bigotry, it's something near and dear to my heart, and that just makes me sick. And especially people who prey on it, who use it, like people like Donald Trump. A lot of people in the Republican Party, and I'm not saying Democrats don't use it as well. As you know, I'm an equal opportunity shit giver. And I think just about everybody politically is responsible for using or weaponizing racism or some form of it, one way or another. Did we see in Louisville with Scottie Scheffler a form of justified racism? And it's something actually that was just explained to me a few months ago, because I kind of went through something, and I'm going to get into that again later on, maybe next week. But justified racism is apparently something that when a minority does something based on the color of another person's skin, it's justified because they are a minority, and they've experienced hatred, bigotry, racism, but because they're a minority, a person of color, it's justified. Oh, it's justified because I've been discriminated against, and I've experienced racism and hatred and bigotry and everything else, so it's okay if I do it. Is that what we saw in Louisville with Scottie Scheffler? The police officer turned the body cam off, person of color, Scottie Scheffler, obviously white. And I'm not saying it is or it isn't. What I'm saying is it a possibility? Is it a possibility? I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes me sick that this is where the world is, and that I had no idea what justified racism is until now, and it had to be explained to me. And it makes me sick. But there is a chance that we saw in Louisville at Valhalla a case of justified racism. And again, the whole justified racism thing is very confusing to me, and I don't understand why. If you, maybe I sound ignorant right now, and if I do, I'm sorry. But maybe it's, I've gone through racism, bigotry, hatred, bias because of my skin color. So fuck it, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna do it. And if I do it, I'm justified in doing it because of the color of my skin and what I've been through and what I've experienced in my life. So I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm curious what you all think. Hit the follow button, the subscribe button, leave comments, message me. I'm just curious what you all think, because like I said, this new justified racism thing, and again, I'm going to go into a much longer video on my thoughts on racism, why it's not going anywhere, why we have not improved, why racism, like I said, it's not going anywhere. It's not improving. If anything, it's gotten much worse. Racism, hatred, bigotry, any form of that. And why, like I said, why it's quote unquote booming and getting bigger. And people praying and saying, oh, the immigrants and this and that, they're going to take your job and take your country, and they're going to take your guns away and everything else. And the truth of the matter is, America's a racist country. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, America's always been a racist country. It's going to be a racist country, and that's it. I mean, that's all it boils down to. I think that racism has gotten bigger now because the dumbification of America, and Americans getting dumber by the day, by the minute, by the second. The United States of stupid. And when you have a large scale of stupid people, racism, oh yeah, oh, did you see that, Bob? That black guy over there took my job. No, he didn't. It's because, you're fucking stupid. You didn't get the job. That's why. But again, it's the United States of stupid, the dumbification of America. And when you have a lot of stupid people on the rise, that's when racism starts coming out and booming. And I've said it many, many times. What's on a person's face is not always what's in their heart. But again, like I said, the YouTube channel, I'm going to do a much longer video on why we've not seen any improvements in racism, hatred, bigotry, anything, and why I think we're regressing. But again, let me know what you think about this Scottie Scheffler thing. Hit the follow button, subscribe. I'm curious because for me, I see it and I'm like, I wonder, and I will tell you this, if I hadn't just had justice racism explained to me, I wouldn't have thought this. But now that I've had justice racism explained to me, now it does make me wonder if what we saw in Louisville, and what police historically have done to minorities and what they continue to do to minorities, people of color, if this cop didn't see his opportunity and said, listen, people of color have been, everything, and now this is my time to take it out on a white person. And any form of racism, hatred, bigotry, anything is reprehensible. But people do it. People are people. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. But I'm very curious to hear, do you think this was a form of justified racism, hatred? Because, like I said, Scottie Scheffler, turn your body cam off. Certainly would lean to that, point to that. So hit the follow button, subscribe, let me know, leave comments. I'm very anxious to hear what you think.